door-to-door ministry is often presented as peaceful, harmless, and spiritually uplifting. But for many families, especially those with aging loved ones still going out in service, there can also be fear, vulnerability, and real danger. In this episode, Dr. Felicia Blakeney shares several moments that completely changed how she viewed field service. Welcome to Hidden Struggles.
I was worried about my mother going out in field service. I know they went in pairs and groups, but I always had this concern. And then one day she called me, and I'm still upset when I think about it. Well, there was two incidences. One, somebody let their dog out to kind of chase her. And my mother was, she was older at that time. And I was so upset. In fact, I remember when she called me, I think I just got in my car. I came down 95. I was so upset. And I was like, tell me whose house it was, because we're going to handle this. She knew me. She was like, I'm not telling you. And that's when I said, Mom, listen, you've been serving Jehovah for decades and you're older now. You need to figure out another way to talk to people. And it's not going to be this knocking on the door. You just can't do it. I said, write a letter, send an email, figure it out. And so I believe she was saying at her congregation, they had some of the seniors, they got together, they would do letter writing. And I even told her, if you need to, send me 2 watchtowers a month. And she started sending me awakes. I said, so you can count your hours, whatever you need to do, but I'm gonna need you to be safe. And I told her, I said, if Jehovah doesn't appreciate that, then you need to reevaluate Jehovah. Okay, straight up. I just told her that. So there was that incident. And then the other incident that happened, which we laughed, but then I was like, no, we can't laugh at this. Another time, my mother said she knocked on someone's door and the person welcomed them in. And so they started talking. And so my mother asked me, well, what religion do you practice? And they were like, well, I'm a Satanist. That's when I would have left, not my mom. Well, where do y'all meet? And she went down. I told her, I said, listen, enough. If someone has said to you that they worship Satan, you need to believe them, because who would say that? And you don't know what you were walking into that house, and we may have never seen you again. So again, I was just like, this was too much, especially in this day and age. People are crazy, whatever you want to label them. You don't need to be exposing yourself. No one should be exposing themselves. So, at first I laughed and I was like, no, this is really not fun. This is actually frightening.
Sometimes the pressure to remain loyal to the organization can push people into situations that no longer feel safe, but they continue anyway. In our final episode with Dr. Blakeney, she shares the emotional story of how her mother nearly lost her life over the blood transfusion doctrine. Thanks for watching Hidden Struggles.